But one of the most important chord progressions to get your ear used to would be the 2-5-1 in the minor key. And if we looked at our number system again, the 2 would be B minor 7 flat 5, our substituted E7th, and back home to A minor. That's a very pretty sound. The minor 7 flat 5, let me show you. We played in C major. The next stage to playing the chords, we added colours. We were able to go. We added colours from the scale. Well, we can do exactly the same thing now in the minor key. The same scale. We can still play. The C major scale, starting on the A note, becomes our natural minor scale. So basically think of it as the same notes and experiment by adding different colours to your chords from that scale. And these notes can be added to any of the chords in the A minor harmony. Let's revisit the 2 chord, B minor 7 flat 5. I'd like to show you another fingering for it. And if you just follow me here, the second finger, 2nd fret 5th string, 3rd finger 2nd fret on the 3rd string, 4th finger 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and your 1st finger back here on the F note, 1st fret on the 1st string. Again, try to avoid any unwanted open strings, but the backs of the flesh on the fingers will take care of that. So movements such as don't be afraid to add notes. There was our original way and our E7th chord. Have it. Now, by placing this substitution in place, one note within the scale changes. The open G becomes G sharp. So that changes our scale slightly and it turns it into what we call the harmonic minor scale. So by changing one note, it's a good way to think about your scales, not as a new scale, but simply as the scale with one note changed. It makes it easier to learn. So we have. Let me just play that one octave of the harmonic minor. There's our G sharp, home to A. Now the important thing of this is, when we play our 5 chord, we can add all these colours. Alright, let's take a break there and just gather together the information we have. We started off with the C major scale. We looked at the harmony in it. We had 7 chords, one built on each note of the scale. We discovered the 2 3s or 6, that's the minor, on the 2 chord, 3 chord and 6 chord. What we looked for then was we went straight to the 6 chord, A minor, the relative minor. So when you do that, you simply view it a tone and a half below the parent major scale. All the chords we played were exactly the same as the chords in the key of C major. And then we made one change. By changing one note in the scale, we turned the 5 chord, which should be E minor 7th, we changed it to E dominant 7th. Now let me play a couple of cliche chord progressions for you and see if you've heard this type of thing, and we'll put numbers to it and we'll be able to look at it then in other parts of the neck and in other keys. So we might hear the 1 chord, the 4 chord, the 3 chord, the 2, the 5, the 1. We've all heard that type of sound. Just experiment with the chords. Sometimes we may use the E minor chord in a progression, and then at the end of a sequence change it to our dominant, okay. So with each of the chords, remember, we can add colors. There's a lot of pretty sounds there. So just experiment with that in the open position. Now, let's take our A minor chord and put it in another area on the fretboard. We'll go to the 5th fret, and we have the E form of A minor. Here we have our B minor 7, flat 5. Let me give you the fingering for that. 7th fret, 7th fret with your 2nd finger, 6th string. 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. 4th finger, 7th fret on the 3rd string. And back here, the 1st finger, 6th fret on the 2nd string. Again, be careful not to play any of the open strings. So there we have it, our 1 chord, our 2 chord. Our 3 chord would be C major. That's quite difficult to play using the full G form. Let's find it here. It's using the A form of C major. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, our 4 chord D minor 7th, our 5 chord E minor 7th, which we can change, remember, 1 note to the dominant 7th. And I'll just show you another position for that. Here we have it on the 7th fret, 5th string, 6th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, and the 5th fret on the 2nd string. And look at the difference between E 7th here by simply changing this note on the 4th string. E minor 7th, 1 note change, dominant 7th. Our 6th chord, F major 7th, and as you can see, this is coming from the C form. There we have our F major 7th. And the last chord, G major, or G 7th, and back home to